Welcome back everyone. This is the computer to which we are going to install the Noctua NF D15 cooler. First of all, make sure to remove all the side panels. In my case, I have a side panel on this side, but only through the screws. And I'll take one on the side, put this on the side as well. Also, mine has a acrylic side panel as well that can be easily removed. Perfect. Alright, I can also remove, no, this one, leave it there. Now I'm gonna put the computer on the side like this so we can see its internals. Okay, and this is the old cooler that I have from the motherboard. We're gonna need a screwdriver to remove it from here with its clips. Before that, I'm gonna remove the fan header, the fan wire to the header, and then let's try to remove this one. Try to remove little by little from each side, counterclockwise, not all of them at once in one position, and then because you might damage some of the parts. Try little by little until it gets removed, because it's a lot of pressure there. Okay. A few more in here. When I've done that, automatically the plate has fallen to the other side. So now I can easily remove this cooler. You can see that we have the thermal paste in here. We have the thermal paste in there as well. So we need to replace this thermal paste so we can put the other one, and also be very careful if you have a little bit of dust in here, remove that dust. So I'm gonna take a tissue, a small piece of tissue and some alcohol, and I'm gonna remove that. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, I'm back. Before I'm gonna clean that, I'm also going to detach the video card of the computer to have more workspace available in here, and because the cooler is actually a very big one and I'm gonna need the extra room to be able to continue. Remember that this card has one slide pin in here that you need to remove first before trying to remove the card. If not, you are going to damage something. Right, so I got the card out. Put my card in here. Okay, so I brought some toilet paper and couldn't find some tissues. I'm gonna put this one here and start cleaning. A little bit more of paper. Perfect. Now that we have that done, for the MD we are going to be using these brackets. Take them out and prepare them. And also we are going to use, we have a bag of screws that are going to be used for this. So I'm going to take this one, break it apart. Okay, alright, so we have one of them here. And you have two colors, I see. I'm gonna use the ones that are like brownish, so it's gonna match my motherboard color. And now, as I said before, we had a plate on the back that actually fall, so we're gonna have to attach these ones here, and we need to put somehow the screws inside the back plate of the motherboard. All right, and I'm gonna use these screws. I'm gonna use these screws that are in the package to put them through here all the way to the other side, but with, don't forget the most important part, with the plates that we have in here. Now to put the plates, we're gonna have to adjust them just like this. That's gonna have to be okay, and this one is gonna be just like this. All right, so let's get started. One of the things I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to put two of the screws in one part of the back plate, and as soon as I do that, the rest is gonna be a lot easier. I'm gonna take this one, put it through there. Gonna lift up a little bit my computer to remove the black plate. Okay, this is the black plate. If you find a little bit of dust, you can clean that up. This is the black plate. You can see that it has a protection in here for the circuitry, so it doesn't short. Alright, I'm gonna hold my black plate in the back in here. Let's see. Perfect. So I have the back plate now. I'm gonna start attaching one of the screws only. Like that. Put this side in there and take the other part in here, attach it, and now with the screw. I'm gonna put one more screw here. This one is for AM4 and AM3. The hole on the down is for AM3, and the one that I'm using right now is for AMD4. Let's see. Yes. Okay. No. I think I've done a mistake in here. I think I put it backwards. I think it's supposed to be. 1 second. Let me check the manual. Alright, now that I have attached one part, leave it down. Let's check the manual. This is for the LGA, and this is for the AMD. Whenever you are not certain about something, make sure that you check the manual so you're not gonna make any mistakes. As I was looking here, this has to be on the other side. So what I need to do right now is just to unscrew it and change the rotation, change the position towards the interior of the CPU. Okay, so I'm gonna grab again, going here, just nice and easy, remove the screw here, and we need to reorient this towards the exterior, just like that. Now I'm gonna start again. First, the second, take a screwdriver and start screwing the screws in here. The first, now the second, and as soon as you put this, the rest is gonna be actually easier because you don't need to hold the plate anymore in the back. And now I can attach the other one very easily. So you put these caps on the top, then you're gonna take the plate, the same orientation towards the interior. You're gonna take your screws, be very careful when you do this not to damage any of the components that you have on the motherboard, because if you do that, it's not gonna work anymore. Okay, so we tie this up. Here's the screwdriver. haven't tightened them very hard right now. I just put them there for a second. I'm gonna use a different screwdriver for that. Okay, now I'm gonna use this one. Okay, not too tight, so you don't break the PCB. Perfect. So they're actually very well right now. The next part. Okay, this is the cooler. We need to remove the fan from the middle in order to have access to most of the components. And another very important thing, when we're gonna attach it, we need to have the logo, this Noctua logo, writing facing towards like this, facing normally, not down, not like this, because if we're gonna do that, that's gonna, well, it's still gonna work, I think, but aesthetically it's not gonna be very well. Okay, so I'm gonna remove the cooler. It has a support in here that you just need to push towards the exterior, and the cooler is gonna be easy to remove afterwards. Okay, so we remove this cooler, nice and easy. Now remember that on the back you have a plastic support. You're gonna have to remove that one as well. Make sure that you don't have any dust or particles in here, because that's gonna damage a little bit the temperature transfer, the heat transfer. You're gonna see that I have something there, so I'm gonna use one of these copitos to literally remove the parts that shouldn't be there. You can even use alcohol to clean this one up, and then dry it with some toilet paper, some tissue. But before that, before we continue, we need to apply thermal paste. In the package, as I said before in the previous video, you're gonna have a syringe with Noctua thermal paste. And this one like this. Okay, take out the syringe. Alright, this is actually my first time that I'm applying thermal paste, so you need to remove this head, I think. Yes. Remove the head. Yep, that's not for it not to dry. So remove the head, and you have to apply thermal paste inside the middle of the CPU. I normally put a big blob of thermal paste, and that's gonna spread accordingly. A little bit nervous. I've never applied thermal paste like this, so especially this one. Okay, so we have a very big blob there. I'm gonna put the excess on the formal points in here, and here. Okay, I don't think there is an issue if you have a little bit more than you were supposed to. Okay, I'm gonna hold this one, close it. Now, the big time. This is like the most difficult part. So we are facing it with the writings towards the top of your CPU, and we're gonna have to attach it, and at the same time we're gonna have to screw these two bolts. Those are the ones that are holding it. Okay, so when you're gonna do that, you need to be very careful with the position that you apply. Okay, in the package, as I said before, you should have one of these. I'm gonna double check the manual, be sure that I'm not missing anything. Let's see if I have to put anything else. No, that's it. Yeah. The other one, the white ones, are for the AM2 or AM3. The other supports, the ones that I showed you before here, these ones. So for AM4, we are going to use these ones. Okay, I'm gonna take the big screwdriver that they provided, and I'm gonna try screwing the first bolt in here, just a little, not too much. This has to be uniform, so I'm gonna screw the other side as well a little. Okay. At the same time, I'm holding the cooler, as you can see. Okay, so far so good. Gonna do the same to the other side. Remember that we have thermal paste and we need to spread that by applying pressure in here. The cooler itself, or the metal plate of the cooler, is gonna spread that thermal paste all over the CPU. Okay, I'm so nervous. I'm just gonna do little by little and then go to the other one. Okay, you can see that it's already starting to be very, very sturdy. Okay, I'll put it here as well. Don't worry about it. According to the video, as soon as you finish the rotation of the screw, it's not gonna allow you to continue screwing. Like for example, this one already finished, so I cannot even move it more. It's like a protection. And here, I think just a little bit more. Okay, and that's it. We have applied the thermal paste and we have used this to actually connect it. Perfect. Now for the next part, and the most difficult one, is to connect the fans, and then the video card. Always install the video card last. Alright, so this is the cooler that we have. It's gonna be a little bit tricky, so let's see how I'm gonna actually organize as well this cable management here. It's important. I have one CPU fan only, so one CPU fan splitter in here. So I'm gonna try to attach it like this. And then try to find a way to put the cable like this there. Okay, or the other way would have been to put it like this. Let's see, like this. Yep, I think this is the proper way. Okay, so I'm gonna bring down the fan to this position in here. And then we're gonna have to attach the clips. Okay, how I'm gonna do that? As I said, I've never installed this one before. It's my very first time as well. What I know is that you have the same like you took it out with this clip. You're gonna have to attach it on the fins like I did in here. And practically you're just gonna hear a small clip, and we have to repeat the process on the other side as well. And that's it. Okay, so we have the first cooler installed. Now we can install the second cooler on the other side here. Okay, keep in mind that we're gonna put it with this one. Why? Because we are pulling air from here and we are exhausting the air towards the exterior where I have the other fan in here. Okay, so for this, I'm gonna use the same procedure. When I'm gonna attach it, I'm gonna try to attach it this way. Now, I do have a concern about this case because I have the ram in there. It's kind of big, so I don't know if the door is actually going to close. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna touch the side panel in here and try to see the clearance. If the clearance is gonna allow me to close the door afterwards. So yeah, I have plenty space. See, I have plenty of space. So that is a good sign. take this one out again. Alright, in the package you need to have as well 2 more clips and a Y fan splitter, which is gonna be this one. Okay, another very important thing on the Y splitter, in this case you're gonna have 4 pins in which you can control the RPM and 3 pins in which one you cannot. It's just gonna be a default speed. So I'm gonna choose for the one with 4 for this one and the one with 3 for the one on the back. Alright, but before that we need to attach these clips. How are we going to attach the clips? Okay, I'm gonna take out the fan, and when you attach it you have these holes in here that you're going to attach it using those, but I think this has to be the top side. The top side, because we are going to, okay, the top side and the interior. Alright, because this one is gonna be the one clipping. So we have one missing the second one, so we're gonna attach the clips the same on this side in here, and then the second one in here, and that's it. We have both of the clips installed. I put with the wires down so it doesn't look bad, like showing all the wires on the top side. If I would have put it, for example, like this, that will not be pleasing aesthetically. So always try to put with this wire on that lower side. Now, just like with the other one before, I'm gonna have to attach the clips. Okay, the first one has been attached, and I'm gonna do the same for the second one. Okay, let's put it in here. Okay, so right now the fan has been installed to both sides. I need to try something. Yep, perfect. Now cable management. As I said before, I'm gonna use the Y splitter cable, this one for the fans. So I'm gonna have to be placing it on the part of the motherboard that says CPU fan. Okay, this one goes like this. I don't have too much clearance, so I'm gonna try to do my best to put it in here. Be sure not to break any of the pins. Okay, now that I installed it, all right. The next, I need to connect the cables themselves. So I'm gonna try to do some cable management to see how I can organize these ones so that they don't show up too much. The 3 pins I connected in here. Now I need the other one for the 4 pins, which is this one. Okay, all right. But as you can see, so far no cable management, so I'm gonna have to organize these ones somehow. I'm gonna just put them here like this for the time being, and then I'm gonna organize them. The next thing, putting back the graphics card. Okay, this is not actually very easy, and you have to be very careful because in here you're gonna have a very tight space now, and it's gonna be very difficult for you to remove the card as soon as you've done that. You can still remove it, but you have to be very careful. Okay, we have the clip. We can connect the power. All right, we have it in there. Now we need to put back the screw that holds the motherboard, holds the graphic card. Sorry, I don't have a magnetic bit, so I'm gonna try to put it by hand first. Okay, now let me see something. See this. Now this one is a little bit magnetic, so I'm gonna use this. Okay. Okay, so the graphics card is in, the CPU cooler is in, the fans are in, a little bit of cable management, and then we are done and we can do a test. Okay, we have these two cables. I'm gonna tie them together with the other 4 cables I have in here using the zip tie. Alright. Okay. It's not very easy to do, so it's gonna take me a little bit of time. I'm gonna bend this zip tie. Okay, got it. Now we're going through the zip. I lost it. Okay. Well, it doesn't look too nice, but as I said, the idea is to be able that they don't touch any of the electronic components in there, and I'm just gonna hold them here with a zip tie. All right. Do that a little bit more, and I'm gonna cut it. All right. Let's put this one. Right, let's remove the excess plastic. Perfect. Now, for the last part, we're gonna do a test and we're gonna see if it works. See you in a minute. Alright guys, as you can see, the cooler is working perfectly, and I have to say that for a Ryzen 5 3600, this one doesn't even get warm. Not even warm, so I'm really happy with the product. This is one of the coolers that you're gonna buy it once and you're gonna use it for all your life. So the only thing that I consider can damage to this one are the fans, which like in 5 years they're gonna get damaged. And one of the greatest advantages with these ones is that they have a low power consumption, meaning that they are going to be consuming a lot less energy and paying a lot less receipts. Alright, I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and that you're gonna get one for yourselves if you have a desktop PC build, and I'll see you in the next video tutorial. Don't forget to press the like button on the corner down if you like this video, and to subscribe to my channel. Until next time, ciao ciao.